Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, everyone, and welcome to our mini readings tonight. I'm so excited to have a very special guest, my very dear friend, Raven, and we're actually basically business partners now, which is amazing. So I'm so excited to have you here, and we're going to be doing some mini readings. So to get on the list for tonight, you can send $25 to my PayPal. The link is in the description of the video. How are you doing, Raven?
I'm so good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
So excited.
Yes, can't freaking wait. So like I said, this is the first time that we're doing this. So we hope you guys enjoy it. I want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat because we got so many peeps in here. I think everybody's like so excited to see us. Hello, Mindy. Welcome in. Hello, Jeanette. Hello, Jill and Tori. Hello, Maricela. Welcome in. Dawn. Lucida is also here. Whoa, I love all the excitement in the chat. Thank you guys all for coming in and hanging out. We already have 5 people on the list. And Lisa's here too. So if you want to get on the list, you will be the 6th one in the list for tonight. And we are going to be doing all kinds of readings because both Raven and I are like very in tune with all of the stuff, astrology, tarot, human design. So why don't we share which decks we're going to be using? I'm going to be using my favorite like tarot deck. I don't even know what this is called, but it's like some kind of a, it's called Aquarian something deck. I'm going to be using the animal spirit cards, and I have the Gene Keys cards here as well. And I have my Astro dice in case I feel called. What are you using tonight?
Tonight I'm using the Light Seers Tarot, just basic tarot, and then Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed.
Love that.
Yeah. I almost picked the Gene Keys cards.
Well, you could use it too. I mean, we could both use it. We'll probably like, what if we pull the same cards? that would probably happen to us. That probably would happen. All right. Yeah. So before we get started, I do want to make a couple of announcements, and then we'll dive in. So thank you guys all for being here, being a part of the channel. Thank you for subscribing, hitting the notification bell, giving this video a thumbs up, and also sharing it out on social media. That always helps to grow the channel. Appreciate that so much. We have some really exciting events coming up in our global community. For one, happy Virgo season, everyone. Excited about Virgo season. Not so excited about all the retrogrades coming, but I think it's very much needed time of reflection for all of us. We're all kind of going into hermit mode. So this is kind of a good time to do a reading, to get a reading for yourself. As you know, we can do like a theme it like for Virgo season and what's going to be coming up for you. We also have a Virgo sound bath happening this Sunday in the global community. We have our book club. Is it session 2 or session 3? I can't even remember. I think it's session 3. We're reading the book Jaguar in the Body, Butterfly in the Heart by Yaakov Darling Khan, whatever, I always butcher that name. It's an amazing book about shamanism. So if you guys are interested in reading about shamanism, just even if you haven't read the book or you've missed the last 2 sessions, just come join us. We always have such a fun time at those meetings, and they always turn out to be like very enlightening and very healing at a deep level. Let's see what else we got going on. We are moving towards a Pisces full moon next week. So I'll be doing the astrology and the human design, and we'll be having our full moon ceremony in Pisces next Wednesday, I believe. So there's kind of a lot going on. There's a lot of energy right now in the cosmos. And I do want to announce that I am hosting a tarot masterclass with Jason from Ray of Light Tarot. And that class begins September 21st. We're going to be diving into all the tarot, every single card, the major arcana, all the symbolism. I'm going to be bringing in the astrology knowledge and the ancient Atlantean and Egyptian knowledge and symbols. And Jason's going to be bringing in his knowledge and expertise of the traditional tarot meanings. And I've been preparing for it, and I can't freaking wait. I'm so excited. And that class will be a 9-week course. So we're gonna dive deep into all of the cards. We have like 2 sessions for the major arcana. We have like 1 class per suit. And to go over each of the classes, we're going to talk about tarot spreads. We're going to talk about the history of the tarot, the symbols found within the tarot, and also at the end talk about like intuition and like being the oracle, the one that, you know, that the messages channel through, and how to like strengthen your own intuitive gifts. So this will make you like an amazing tarot reader. Even if you are already a tarot reader, just to dive into each card. Like, when do we ever get a chance to do that as a group? So please check that out. We do have a payment plan. It's the class is $444. You can pay in full, or you can do 4 monthly payment plans of $111 per month. Freaking highly recommend it. So who do we have on the list for tonight? We have Tori is the first one on our list. Then we have Jeanette. Then we have Dawn. Then we have Maria. And then we have Lisa. So Tori, go ahead and put up your question and we can dive in. And if there's anything you want to say, Raven.
Yeah, we're going to have Kundalini Yoga in the global community.
That's right.
And a Virgo sound bath by Tori in the global community too. And every Fridays in September, we're going to have yoga in the community, global community.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you. Thank you. There's so much going on, you guys. It's hard to remember it all. But this is what it's all about. Like, I see there, like somebody new came in today. I see new people coming in like all the time. And, you know, it's like so cool to be able to have a space where we can like be our crazy, you know, fun, spiritual selves and connect and feel the support. I feel like the coolest thing about the global community is like the support that we have with each other and the growth. I've been seeing so much growth in everyone. It's also the space where I host all of my courses. So when you take a course with me, you're automatically like in the community, and to join the community is totally free. So come hang out with us. Crispy One, welcome in. Okay, so that's
Chris.
That's Chris?
Hey, babe.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so Tori's question. What messages do my angels and spirit guides have for me and my destiny path moving forward? Okay. So let's shuffle some cards. What messages do my angels and spirit guides have for me and my destiny path moving forward? I'm going to pull 3 cards. I'm going to do past, present, future spread with the tarot. Thank you, Dawn.
I'll do the same.
Thank you, Dawn, for posting that in the chat. Okay. God, I have so much stuff on my desk. It's crazy. All right, here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and start. So the first card that we get for you, this is the past energy. So everything that you've been kind of working on up to this point, you're going to love this card when you see it, the image in this deck. But it's the Queen of Wands. It's a very social energy. It's a very independent energy, and it's about being confident. So stepping into confidence, and look at this image. I mean, that's so right. So here you are with, it's a tiger, a puma or jaguar. Yeah, 2 tigers and the jaguar. And basically the tigers are connected to the energy of the moon. And the puma or the jaguar is the darkness, but the moon also comes out at night. And so it's that connection to the subconscious realm that you've been, so basically this tells me you've been doing a lot of work. And I feel like these spirit animals are here like supporting you and protecting you on your journey. And you've gotten to a point where you have that like confidence that you're walking forward with. So like, I feel that, I love that this is the first point that you're starting on this journey and what you have been working on. So here's the present. You get the King of Wands, which is being authentic and inspired but authentic, like in your power. And this is Wands, which is creative energy. What I love about this image though is that you got the orca whales in the water. So then the first card had a lot of moon symbolism, which is obviously like moon goddess energy, high priestess, intuition, being in your power. And the orcas, this is so interesting because orcas are kind of like gnarly animals, you know? They can attack, like they just love to like kind of cause chaos. You've heard of the orcas that have been like sinking ships and shit, which is kind of crazy. But if we look at what is like the essence of the orcas, the reason that they're able to like do that is because they're like in it to win it. You know what I mean? Like they're in it together. There's a sort of a loyalty, right, that you got to have with like your buddies to like face or confront like the challenging things. And that's what I'm getting from this message is like, you have a group, right? There's like a cohort. There's like other buddies that are like there with you on this journey. So I love that, and also fits in really well. Okay, so the future card, and then I'm going to hand it over to you, Raven. Future card is the Queen of Pearls. Yes. So this is about abundance, also maternal energy being balanced. And look at this image. So this is like another beautiful moon goddess, like rising, like she's in the jungle. This reminds me of Ichel, the Mayan moon goddess. Seriously, like in the jungle, like all this jungle imagery here. But she's rising from the water. And this is like, it looks like the moon is kind of shining in the light of the water, like the reflection of the water looks like light moon energy. But she's rising up. Like you can see her rising up above like all of the emotional and subconscious energy that you've been working on. You're like coming out. And I love, like, what is that necklace that she's wearing? It's like so bright and like just kind of shining, and it's right at her throat chakra, which is you stepping into like your authenticity, your true voice. And it's like your heart center is leading your way up, and you're looking up towards the sky, which is like obviously like the evolution, the inspiration. Dude, this is an amazing reading. I freaking love that.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I know. Okay, what did you get?
Okay. I also did past, present, and future. And the first card came out, New Life. And I saw her just reaching up, stretching, right?
Yes.
Looks like she's stretching towards the heavens. I thought that was really pretty. Clarified by the Five of Swords.
Okay.
And this one, I got the message of listening to your spirit guides. Listening all the time. All the time. And then the present card is blessed. Here, I love it. She looks like she's praying. She looks very peaceful. Is it not working?
Just hold it in front of your chest. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I love that card.
Yes, she's so peaceful. She's got the support of the stars and the moon, sitting on top of the moon. And that one's clarified by the Five of Pentacles. And here, just, it seems like you had losses, but you're recovering. And the door just needs that key. Just needs the key to open it up. We got the sun shining on the door too. And then the last one for future, all that glitters.
Oh my God.
Which the masks here makes me think of being authentic and just sitting on that pile of gold that's waiting for you. Clarified by the world means completion. You got all this sacred geometry here, and the world is waiting for you.
Oh my God.
That's so beautiful. Thank you, Tori.
That's amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to add a Gene Key card for you. So just kind of overall message. And you got the 52nd Gene Key. So I would check your human design and see if you have this gate defined for you, or if you have it anywhere in your Gene Keys profile. So the 52nd moves from the shadow of stress. So it's kind of like past, present, future too. If you think about the shadow transmuting into the gift. So the shadow of stress, which obviously that is so, because we know you, like I know you, and I know that you know you, and I know that you know that I know you. No, I'm just fucking with you. Okay, so basically it moves from the shadow of stress to the gift of restraint, and then to the city of stillness. And I felt like all of the cards that you pulled, Raven, I felt all of that like kind of still energy. There's a stillness surrounding it. And this says, the more selfless your intention, the more power it will have. Like, that is so you, Tori. So my gift to you, I come to relieve you of your stress and to remind you that everything in nature, including you, has its own timing and growth pattern. Your intentions are like seeds. If you start something from a place of fear, the seed of fear will permeate the entire endeavor. So if you want your dreams to grow and thrive, just hold a clear intention, infuse it with goodwill, and trust that your dreams know just how and when to bloom. It's time to befriend restraint, practice patience, learn how not to interfere. Let your life and dreams unfold without too much pushing or prodding. And remember, more often than not, growth and transformation take place below the ground, and the greatest seeds take the longest to germinate. Whoa. Good one. Good message. Awesome. All right. Tori, thank you so much. And next we have Jeanette. Feel free to put up your question, Jeanette. I think it was either for your granddaughter or niece. I can't remember. Yeah, we can do astrology. Yeah. We can do human design. We can do everything that I normally do by myself. We can do that together here. So very open tonight.
Tori says, rising from the ashes.
Love that. Yes.
I love that.
That was a really beautiful, that was very Tori. Oh, that message was very Tori. You're welcome.
Very much.
Oh, Lucita says Raven and Jai flow perfectly together. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Ariel. Get on the list. So we have 4 in front of you right now, unless someone else got on the list and I didn't check it. So I should check it right now real quick. Nope. So you would be after 4 people if you got on the list right now, Ariel. Do you want to read Jeanette's question?
Jeanette said her granddaughter feels herself in a transformation phase and she would like clarity, and she added her birth information.
Okay. So I'm going to take a moment to pull up the chart and we can look at the transit chart, I guess. So for this next part, since I got to switch over to this screen, you'll be able to hear Raven, but not actually see her. And you can look at the chart on the screen of the YouTube video, but hang on one second because I got to get this set up first. Okay, we got to switch over to that Wi-Fi. And now share it. Almost ready. Put in the code.
Yes. A reading, astrology reading for her granddaughter. Done.
Okay. And oh, I guess no, you can see us both in the little corner. Can they hear you? Say something.
Hello, can anybody hear me? Yes.
It works. Okay, woo! Awesome. So you'll have
Hi.
to look at the YouTube video to look at the chart because you won't be able to see it since you're only on Zoom and I'm sharing it on my OBS. Details. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is pull up her chart. What is her name? Or I guess I can just write chart. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Date is March, so 3/9, 2000, March 9th, 2001 at 8:31 a.m. in Concord. Is that Massachusetts? I think it is.
I think so.
Okay. So here's the transits. So we'll just leave it here for a moment and see what we're looking at. So feel free to throw whatever input you got, Raven. So
Her name is Victoria.
Okay. This is for Victoria. Let me just look at it for a second. So where's the retrograde happening? Okay. So look at her question one more time. Okay, she feels herself in a transformation. She would like clarity. Okay, so the biggest transformation that I feel is going on right now for you is in your 4th house of home and family, because that is where Venus is retrograding in your chart. And the Venus retrograde has been like a huge theme of transforming our relationships. And for you, it happens to be in the house of home and family. So you're probably noticing a lot of shifts and a lot of things transforming in that space. So relationships with your mom, with your dad, with siblings, all of that stuff is like big, important themes that are going on right now for you. So the best thing that you can do is flow through whatever shows up and do the best that you can to feel it without pushing things away that are uncomfortable. I think that's the most important thing you can do is don't resist change because you're afraid of things changing or things transforming. And if you can do that, you're going to feel so much more free, and you're going to feel like you're just flowing right along that energy of transformation that's like showing up in your life. And if you're trying to understand yourself better, are there any things that you see Raven in her natal chart that stand out to you?
I'm seeing that
yeah,
the moon is conjunct her Chiron right now in the 9th house.
yeah, that's a big deal. So
Eighth house.
the 8th house, yeah. So the moon travels like every 2.5 days. It like switches signs. So we feel the energy of the moon very fluctuating as like the days go by, and it is currently in Sagittarius, and it is making a conjunction, like it's kind of passing over this Sagittarius stellium that you have, which includes Mars, which is the planet of drive and motivation, Pluto, the planet of transformation, and Chiron, the planet of healing. So it's the drive, it's like giving you the emotional strength to move through to take action, to actually heal and actually make the shift that is really important for you to make right now. So you might be feeling that very strongly as well. I also noticed that she has the sun oppose the moon in her natal chart. So she was born on a full moon, and her moon is in Virgo, and it's Virgo season. So right now you've got the sun on your moon. You've got Mercury retrograde on your moon. You've got Mars just went through that space and passed over your moon as well. And all of those themes right now for Virgo season are a lot about reflection. So there's deep reflection happening right now for you in your life for sure. So you're feeling it exactly correct. Let's talk about the nodes, the transiting nodes. So North Node in Aries transiting the 12th house. What do you think about that, Raven?
I feel like she's ready to learn about herself.
That's right. Yeah, especially with Chiron right there too. Chiron in your 12th house. The North Node is like moving towards destiny and purpose. And right now, as it transits through your 12th house, you're literally being guided or invited. It's almost like the door opens for you to step into your spirituality. It might be a new experience for you, but it's definitely calling you. And South Node in the 6th house it's almost like asking you to let go of anything that's like in your environment, in your daily life, including like the belief systems that you have, the way that you see yourself, in the moment, being sometimes a little bit too practical and real, like allowing yourself to move into the spiritual realm without feeling like it's fake or not real. Like we have those doubts about, is this real? Is this really like happening? Am I really like, on a spiritual path? And all those questions kind of come up when we have those insecurities. That's the insecurities that you feel right now. So the transits are asking you to trust in the spiritual side of you. Anything else that you notice?
No, the nodes, I was going to talk about the nodes. So you got to it first. And yeah, the groundedness of the South Node. I can energetically see her meditating. She's just that's what I see her doing. Like tuning into that chakra, the crown chakra, rather than always being rooted in her routine.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. And that makes a lot of sense too, because her South Node being in the 6th house of Virgo is all about like daily practice. So to get through the fears and the insecurities that may show up with the South Node in your 6th house, meditation, like a meditation practice, a daily practice is actually the perfect thing that you can do, because that merges both that energy of like Virgo and like the details and like every single day to expanding, like using the energy of Virgo to do a daily meditation practice that actually opens you up to the divine. And that is, heart chakra. So yeah, I would say a heart, not a heart chakra, crown chakra opening meditation will be really good for you during this time. This is actually 18 months long. So start a spiritual practice. I feel like that's really the message. Like step into a spiritual practice. What calls you? What excites you? What makes you feel, really good about it? Jeanette says she's healing. She's an inspirational lady. She has overcome so much from her childhood. Love that. Lisa wants to know where her Saturn is at.
It's in Taurus in the first house. So her Saturn is on her rising sign.
That brings a lot of, you are just a very serious person, naturally. That's what that tells me. You're also a person that other people see as a leader and stands out from others. Maybe since childhood. This is interesting because you said she's had to go through a lot of childhood stuff, and you could correlate this energy of the first house as the beginning energy. It's like the Aries energy. And you can correlate it to the beginnings, right? Like childhood, and how you had to have had a kind of crazy or difficult childhood that made you grow up fast. That would also be the reading if you found Saturn in the fourth house as well. But I'm feeling that you wouldn't normally maybe read it that way, but I'm feeling that that's what that shows in you. And it shows that you are, you can be very, very responsible, and what's important for you, your values, and you don't really stray away from those. But yeah, you also have Uranus right on top of your Saturn, so you might be changing those deep foundational beliefs, those rules and structures that you align with are probably changing. And your own way of expressing the Saturn energy is changing as well. So Saturn transiting through the first house means that you are changing. There's a new you on the horizon. So beautiful. Okay. So thank you and hope that you enjoyed that reading. And so now we're going to hop on over to Dawn. Go ahead and put up your question, Dawn.
Jeanette says she's an old soul. I love that.
Yeah,
that means that she needs to connect with her inner child more, probably. That to have more fun, be more lighthearted.
Okay.
Human design for Dawn.
Okay. You want to read the question out loud while I pull up her chart?
She says she wants to focus on best practice for health and longevity to feel stronger, healthier, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Pick a song for me for Pisces full moon bonus.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, let me just make sure that I have the right information. Can you put up your birthday information stuff? I think I have your correct chart, but I just want to make sure. I don't want to put something up on the screen that's incorrect. Pisces full moon song. Oh my God.
I'm really thinking hard about that.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to think as hard. The first song that came to mind was "This Girl Is on Fire."
There you go.
And of course, she's a Sag.
Mm-hmm. Isn't your moon in Pisces? Okay, December 10th, 64 at 11:56 a.m. Yeah, okay, this is the correct chart. Okay, here we go. We're going to transition screens and you'll be able to see it in on the YouTube video soon. Okay. So, I mean, you are an emotional manifester, and I mean, you'll have a lot of insight, Raven, because look at this. The channel that makes her an emotional manifester. Oh, wait, just kidding. I thought it was the 3536. It's actually the 1222, which is called the channel of openness, a design of being a social being. I'm going to pull up the energy of that channel because that's kind of the first thing that jumped out at me. But what I was going to say is that to focus, best practices for health and longevity, to feel stronger and healthier, both like physically, emotionally, and spiritually, as a manifester, is to live by your strategy and authority always, to not go against your nature. That because when you live like in your nature, when you live by your design as a manifester, what you are able to find is peace. That's like the signature of the manifester, is like stepping into peace. So if you feel yourself, right, experiencing anger is a really strong emotion that manifestors feel when they're out of their element, when you're not living by your design. The anger tells you, hey, you went off track and you need to realign yourself so that you can feel like you are on track. And when you feel like you're on track, you're going to feel peace, that energy of peace. So I would say to look back and ask yourself, which moments in your life have you felt where have you felt peace in your life? And when you look at that, you ask yourself, what was I doing? What was I thinking? What was I experiencing? Who was I dealing with? What was going on in my life when I felt those moments of peace? And that will give you a lot of insight into how to take care of yourself moving forward into the future. Because what's going to make you feel stronger and healthier physically, emotionally, and spiritually is literally you finding your way towards peace. So if you already feel like you're doing that, then you're on the right track. I'm going to pull up the 1222 real quick. If there's anything you want to add, Raven, while I find it.
Yes. I feel like, Dawn, your head center is overpowering all the other centers. You're giving too much energy to the logic side of your brain. So I think you really need to let this heart center take over. The 2 channel, the second gene key, whatever planet that is on there for you, go ahead and check that out. But I know it's a lot of pressure trying to juggle
Jupiter,
all of the fifth. Oh,
that's a
the
big
expansion.
deal. Yeah. It's interesting that you tapped into that, because that energy of the second gene key or the second gate in human design is, in both, it's a very feminine, receptive energy. So, and it's the black, so it's the personality. So it's something that you may be conscious about yourself, but it's actually part of your identity because it's in your G center. Interesting that you tapped into that. I love that. So I want to, were you finished? I don't know if you were.
I am for right now.
Okay. So basically the 1222 is the channel of openness. That's what it's called. I mean, think about like just the energy of that word. Like, and I know, and I can sense when I hear that phrase, I feel that this is how you are, Dawn, that you are very open to experiences. You are open to like different things, new things. And that's what's basically gotten you to this point right now in your life of being, that I know of you, a quote unquote, like not your normal a religious person, but I know that you have your connection with God and Jesus and like Mary and all that stuff. And you have found a way to embrace the openness of like other communities and other points of view, even though you at first were insecure about it or had fear about it, but you allowed yourself, you were open enough to move into this realm that was different, and you realized that it's all one and the same. And now you find yourself in this like really beautiful place of being able to, like open yourself up to other thought systems and belief systems and like really expand your mind. I mean, I think that that's so beautiful. I want to see which planets are actually here. So it's your North Node on the 12th gate, the Personality North Node, and the Design North Node. And then it's the Design Earth on gate 22. And so because there's two energies here that are on the design side, what that tells us is that this is something innate in you that you don't even have to think about. Because the design side is like so natural. It just is. You don't have to change it or do something to it or fix it or heal it. Like, no. Everything that's colored in red is the most powerful thing that you don't have to do anything about. It's really more of who you are than your personality. Because the red, the design is all connected to your body and almost like your soul in a way. And the personality side is more of in the mind space, like who I think I am and what I think I believe in. And it's very mind oriented, which, you know, like Raven mentioned in your chart, you've got defined head and ajna. And that is a lot of head heavy energy. And I do feel that in you as well. So to drop into more of the emotional understanding is to drop into that 22nd gate or gene key, which is like such a powerful one. It's like grace. It's literally grace. You know, tell us about the 22nd.
I have the 22nd as my purpose sphere, and it's a lot of pressure at first, you know, but the lesson is that there is no pressure. Spirituality is a natural part. It is natural feelings. And Dawn, I think you have a lot of experience, and this naturalness is you. That is you. And the head is getting in the way. I was hearing, though, it's not because I have to, it's because I want to. And I think that it comes with the physical part that you're asking about, you know, taking your vitamins. It's not because you have to, it's because you want to, and it changes your whole vibration. It brings in the heart space. Yes, the G center is your heart. That is what I was getting. Definitely read the 22, especially if that was on your Jupiter, or that's the Earth. That's the design Earth.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's going to be, actually, wait a minute. If it's the design Earth, that actually means that it's your purpose sphere too. Holy shit. Right? Because
22.
Yeah, no, that's what it means. You guys have the same purpose sphere, which means you guys might have the same incarnation cross.
Yeah, we're both Sagittariuses.
So Sun Sag, so it would be like personality Sun, personality Earth, and then design Sun and design Earth is the purpose sphere. So you guys literally have, what the heck? So you guys might want to like, no, I'm just kidding.
We need to get together.
Yeah, connect and talk about that energy.
Tori has the 22 somewhere too. So we're all three bonded lately, doing some actual like spiritual work. All three of us, which is
holy shit. That's where it's at, Dawn. That's your purpose. The 22nd. Okay, so here it is. This is the key. Like, you ask a really powerful question, like how do you step into your, we were talking about like more balance, health, and, you know, physical, mental, emotional health. It's right there on the 22nd. That's the answer. Like we've talked this whole time to get to this point. Like, and here it is. The 22nd moves from the shadow of dishonor to the gift of graciousness to the city of grace. And I actually want to read from the Gene Key book, because this one is like the most amazing thing. I have come to tell you that there is nothing in you that is unworthy of love or of reverence. The very things you think you should hide or get rid of are exactly what needs to be seen, felt, and expressed. Push nothing away. Transparency is the ultimate path towards grace. Be unwaveringly gracious towards every part of yourself, every feeling, every painful experience. By honoring all that is within you, you will experience the poetry and music of even the most agonizing moments. You will naturally find yourself being gracious towards others, touching their emotions, hearts, and souls with the milk of human kindness. And they will bloom in your presence. At your core, you are a gloriously unique manifestation of grace. Honor your suffering, and you will discover your gift to the world. Dude, that's intense. Oh my God.
The 22 is very intense. That's why I said it, you know, my experience of it, felt like a lot of pressure, because this is me. Ooh, the 7 sacred seals. And it took me a week to even read that, or have the courage and then read it and then process it. It's amazing. It is. And not just because we have the 22, I think everyone can learn from the 22nd Gene Key. I actually had a mantra like, when I don't trust, I dishonor myself. And these natural things about dishonor, because it's a pretty heavy word. Like, you know, that's a big one. When I don't trust myself, I'm giving myself a dishonor.
Damn. I feel really like deeply like emotional, like I'm feeling this emotional wave, which is so natural to like tapping into your chart, because you got that defined solar plexus. And what I feel is like, yeah, it's like the emotion that comes up when you finally feel like I've discovered who I truly am. It's like the gratitude, the tears of gratitude. Like that's what I'm feeling like rising up right now. Like I'm not even kidding. I'm like emotional. But I think this is really beautiful. And I'm really enjoying doing readings with you, Raven.
Yeah, got all the emotion. You just put an emotional manifesting generator on your show. Somebody's gonna cry. Somebody is gonna cry.
Yeah. So, oh my God. I hope that you enjoy that, Dawn. Thank you. That was really beautiful. Okay. So let's go to the next reading. And the next reading is Maria. Is Maria here? I wonder. I haven't seen her in the chat. So I'm curious. After Maria, it's Lisa. And I am going to check if anyone else got on the list. Yeah, right. Okay. So yes, we got 2 more people after that. Okay. So we got Soul Mana. Let me know who you are in the chat. I've seen that name before, but I can't remember. After that, it is Rebecca. Yes. Oh my God. This is awesome. So Maria. I don't think she's here.
I'm texting her right now.
Okay. But if Lisa, you're ready, we can just go ahead and do yours. I think we should just hop on over to Lisa and wait for Maria to come.
Sure.
Okay. So Lisa, go ahead and put up your question. Okay, yeah. Oh, Ariel, that's right. What the heck? Why do I forget that? That's so funny. Okay, but Ariel's on the list, and then Rebecca is after Ariel. I like it though. It's cool. I was going to say Lucida. I thought it might be Lucida, but obviously I was way off. Okay, so we are pulling up Lisa's question right now. Waiting for Maria to come in. And then we have Ariel and Rebecca after that. And yeah, we're having an amazing time tonight, dude. That was really cool. Because I've been okay, you guys, I'm going to share something with you. Like, I've been really waiting for someone who is able to like match like the frequency of like the intuitive ability to read stuff. And Raven, you're my girl. Like, this is
Always.
and we have this connection in our human design. So like working together is going to activate that 1-8, the channel of inspiration. And so that's what we do together. So it's just like, oh, I love this. I'm having so much fun.
We could go on for days.
I know.
I'm sure we could.
I know. We could.
We could eat and sleep and all that.
Oh my God. Okay. So Lisa's question. Here we go. I've been going through the rebirthing process. It is taking longer than I thought. Yeah, story of our lives. What am I aligning to during this process? And when will I start to see change? What are you feeling, tarot? I'm feeling tarot.
That's what I feel.
I'm feeling tarot. Yeah. Okay, let's do tarot. All right. So I've been going through the rebirthing process. It's taking longer. What am I aligning to during this process? And when will start to change? I'm going to do past, present, future, honestly, because your questions really kind of fit into that energy. I might do an animal card. Yeah, I think I'm going to do an animal card too. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start. I let the puppies in and now they're like laying down under me on my feet. I've got Horace on my feet. He's so cute. Hey.
Isn't it their birthday soon? Isn't it the puppy's birthday soon?
In October. In October, they're going to be a year. What? Okay, but that's a message for you, Lisa. Horus. I'm going to start with that, because that literally just came up. Horus is the son of goddess Isis and Osiris. And when Horus is born, he's so cute. Sorry. I'm like rubbing his head with my feet while I'm talking. So when Horus is born, basically his uncle Set. So we have Isis, Osiris, Nephthys, and Set. And you remember that from the Moon Goddess Training Level 1. Isis and Osiris are like a couple, and they're also brother and sister. And Nephthys and Set are also a couple and brother and sister. These are the 4 siblings. These are the 4 energies of like the creation of the universe, according to the ancient Atlanteans. And it's expression, experimentation, integration, and transcendence. That is what those 4 energies represent. And so Isis represents expression or creation. Osiris is experimentation. Nephthys is integration, and Set is transcendence. So Set rules the darkness, while Osiris rules like sort of like the daytime, right? Because if you would be like the sunrise, the daytime, the evening, and the sunset. That's why they call it a sunset, because of the god Set, who is the setting sun. So moving into the darkness, energy of darkness. So one day that energy decides that it doesn't want to hold that space. Like Set decides he doesn't want to hold that. Like he wants to be somebody else. He wants to be the light. He doesn't want to be the darkness. And so he takes it out on Osiris. And Osiris being his brother, he cuts him up into 14 pieces. So that's why Osiris represents the experimentation, because you have to split yourself into pieces to understand who you truly are. And only when you come back together, when you put yourself back together, do you truly know who you are. So Osiris gets split into pieces, and Isis obviously goes on her journey of putting Osiris back together. And the last symbol, the last thing that she puts together is the phallic symbol. And once that energy of the masculine like birthing, creative energy is put back together in him, that is when they birth Horus, which is the god of the sun. And so Horus grows up to have to defeat his uncle Set. You remember this story? And in the battle between Horus and Set, Horus loses one eye. And he has to close one eye and go within. And in that moment, his intuitive powers activate and he's able to see into the future. And he sees all the moves that his uncle Set is going to make. And that's how he's able to defeat his uncle Set. So Horus defeats Set, the sun defeats, the darkness, the light defeats the darkness. But it's only when Horus loses one eye and has to go within and do the journey of the eagle down to the scorpion, right? Like the sun down to the darkness of the scorpion, that he's able to see within himself. That's when he's able to like open up and win the battle, is when he actually goes inward. So that's your first message. Okay, so that's literally what you're doing. So the first card you got is, oh my God, universal laws. I'm not even kidding. Karma, dharma, the rule of three, as above, so below. The laws of the I know, and it looks like an eye. The laws of the universe. Do you remember them? Like what? Yes. Go back and study those laws, because what's going on for you right now is you're learning how the universe works through your process of healing. And the more that you can tap into those laws and understand them in a very internal way, the more that you'll understand the process that you're on, and the more that you'll understand the rhythms that you're on, the causes and effects and all of that, and the more that you'll be able to, with clarity, choose from here on out, how do I change this rhythm? How do I change the effect? How do I change what I'm creating? Like all of the laws, and they all correlate to all of the chakras, to the major 7 chakras. I mean, what is going on right now? I don't know. This is crazy. So the next card, oh my God, the Hermit. Wow. So 2 major arcanas. The Hermit, right? Contemplation, soul searching, introspection. Look at this image. She's like in a field of magic. What is she doing? Oh yeah. She's reaching up. Might be hard to see, but she has some kind of a crystal or light in her hands, and she's reaching up to the sky. I mean, that's you. You are like that goddess of like energy work. Like that's how I see you. You have this very like natural ability to see energy and to see like people's auras and all that stuff. And you're doing the work. Like what I get from this card is that like you're offering, there has to be an offering up to the universe. And I know you do this already, but an offering up to the universe to like receive the wisdom that you need for the next step in your life. And the next step is to step into the King of Cups. So it's grounded. What is this? Oh, this is is that a sperm whale? Like, is that the biggest whale, right? So
And the humpback.
It's funny that it's called a sperm whale, and I was talking about like Isis and Osiris and the phallic symbol. Like this is kind of crazy. So, and it's the deep depths, and the whales are the ones that sing. They sing the song of the ocean, and it's here for you to just receive. So receiving is the next step. So it'll end when you start allowing yourself to receive. That's what I got. Okay, I'm done.
Well, I kept hearing 2 cards. And then one of the cards was an action card. And then you started talking about masculine and feminine. So I only pulled 2 oracles and 2 tarot. The first one is exchanging gifts, which is about giving and receiving, is balancing that masculine and feminine. And as much as I'm coming to like the workplace here, and the cat depends on its owner a lot. And then the owner receives the vibrations, the cleansing vibrations from the cat. So like maybe there's something at your job that needs to be expressed, Lisa. That is what I'm hearing. And clarifying that is the Temperance card. And he's got wings, and he's very chill looking. And he's got the balance of the sun and the moon. So it's in there, and you have to exchange something, like Jai was saying, something about giving something. Wow, I can't remember now.
I was
What did
just
you
saying
say?
that the answer, the end, it'll end when you
Offering.
start receiving.
Yeah, it was an offering. So, and then the
yes,
action
yes.
card, it was the action card is never ending story. And so she's sitting on top of an hourglass, and she's like, I'm hearing your voice even. When is it going to be over? When is it going to be over in Lisa's voice? And so it's over when you decide it's over. That's what I'm hearing. It's over when you decide to do something about it. This is your action card.
I agree. I feel
And
that too.
And the hourglass is a heart, but it's exposed. So you're on your way, is what I keep hearing. And then the clarifier is 7 of Pentacles. And in both of these cards, their eyes are closed. And he's focusing his energy on the plant. He can't see the pentacles, but he knows that they're there. So whatever that means for you, Lisa, I know it's, when is it going to be over? When is the plant going to grow? But it will when it's ready, when you're ready. Yeah. But it's coming. Exchanging gifts with spirit. I know you're really good at that too.
Beautiful. I love that. I love all of this. So look at this gene key card that I pulled for you. It's the 57th gene key, the gift of intuition, but look at her face. All of the astrology symbols. All of them. And Libra really stands out. Mars is about to move into Libra. So maybe this is a time for you to find balance. Maybe it's going to happen when you surrender to the balance. I also see the crescent moon and the sun on her third eye. So moon goddess, high priestess is kind of, I mean, it looks like you in the sense of like she's got blonde hair. You know what I mean? And like, isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's crazy. I just realized that. I would look into your chart and see if you have the 57 anywhere. I can't remember, but you may have. So here's the gift, right? You are moving from the shadow of unease, which is where you're uneasy about like how long this is taking, to the gift of intuition, to the city of clarity. Every time you trust in your intuition, or make a decision based on it, you raise the frequency of your whole aura. My gift to you. I come to remind you of that still voice within that connects you to all of life. Your intuition is one of your greatest gifts. Trust it. We live in a world that is obsessed with reason. There is so much emphasis on exploring and conquering the mind, but you have the ability to experience true knowing. You can perceive something even before it can be seen, heard, touched, or tasted. It is time to embrace your primal instincts and stop relying on theories and methods. I am not suggesting you discard your intellect or your tools, only that you allow them to serve your intuition. As you learn this art, you will find that old fears melt away, relationships soften, and things go more smoothly. Trust the delicate hairs on the back of your neck and listen carefully. Whoa.
The South Node just moved into Libra,
That's
right?
right. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Where
That
is
it just explains it all. Like Lisa was saying, I'm just waiting patiently. And it's true. It's having that trust I spoke about earlier. The patience of trust. Yeah.
I love that. Amazing.
And good things come to those who wait.
Ooh. And especially because you have a defined solar plexus. That is especially true for you. Did you realize we went through this entire message to end up with what you just said?
You had to wait for the whole message.
Wait, what was the phrase that I can't remember it? What did you just say? Something?
Good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, so basically it's like just keep waiting.
Patiently. There's a
Sorry.
difference between
That is
waiting patiently and waiting impatiently.
good points. Very,
My spirit
very,
guides are
very
like,
good
did you
points.
hear that, Raven? That's for you too.
There you go. There you go. Okay. I still don't see Maria here. So let's hop on over to Ariel. Your turn. And thank you guys all for being here. We're just having a blast over here.
Thank you so much. So much fun. Like I knew it would be.
Mm-hmm. Me too. My babies are getting antsy. I'm trying to find wood to chop, says Lisa. Like literally, I know you're literally looking for wood to chop. Oh my god.
Did you flannel on?
Pun intended. The carrying water system.
Like Paula Bunyan.
Too funny. Okay, you want to read Ariel's question?
Yes. Ariel said she would like guidance for when I'm at my ascension process. I feel like I have all the keys and I am fumbling around in the dark trying to find the door.
Okay.
It sounds like tarot, but I think you might be able to do some astrology on that one too, maybe.
What are you feeling, Ariel? Astrology or tarot or both? How about we do both? Let's do both. You do tarot.
Okay.
Can you put up your birth info? Or I'll see if I can find your chart. Should have it, but give me a second. Ooh, both. Boom. That's why we G's over here.
Stop, you're gonna make me want to play some music.
Play music. No, I'm just kidding.
The regulator. Gotta regulate.
Regulators. Oh, come on. You know it. You know it.
It's playing in my mind right now.
Dang, why don't I have your info here? This is dumb. All right, I'm going to need it. I don't have it. Don't know why. Well, you can come back and watch the replay, but before you go, put your info in the chat, please. I'm trying to remember Ariel's info. I can't. Lisa. But what were you getting with? Maybe you can start with the cards. There it is. Yeah, you start with the cards, and I'll pull up and I'll look at her astrology.
Okay. Guidance for where I'm at in my ascension process.
Okay, while you do that, I'm going to be sharing this on the screen. And looking at it.
Okay, I got number 33, chaos and conflict. Okay, this is speaking about your mind. And a lot of the time when we're asking these ascension questions, it's just like a really thin veil that all it needs is like a little light bulb moment. Oh, and so here the zebra is trying to be a giraffe and giraffe is trying to be a zebra. And slowly these little pieces of the zebra is coming off to reveal the giraffe is underneath. And so he's standing in the desert just waiting. And then we got mending. I feel like you need someone to help you look outside of that box. And yeah, I'm just heavily seeing like a light bulb going off. And you're creating something really beautiful. And you don't even know what it is until it's done. And then I got no place like home. And I believe it speaks about solitude. And the moon is here. Just a little bit of the moon. And that's where you work best. And the light is on in the house. It's kind of dark, but the light is still on in the house. So the solitude moment that you'll find will help you do that. There's like stars coming out of the house too. And then we got the 7 of Swords. Swords is communication, maybe saying how you feel, or someone telling you how it goes, but that doesn't resonate. So the crow down here is like really loud, and it speaks about your inner voice, the one that's really loud that you keep ignoring is what I'm hearing. That came out on Chaos and Conflict. Ace of Pentacles. You know, I love this card because it's Earth card, but it also has this water running through his hands. And this is the ultimate abundance. The ultimate. So once that light bulb goes off, all you need is this one piece of the puzzle. And then your abundance is waiting for you. 6 of Wands, celebration, leadership, owning it, completely owning it. Yes. I love that. And it's a fire card too. I don't know why I had to mention that.
Perfect segue. Okay. Here we go. We are looking at your progress chart on the screen. So, first of all, just wait, because things are about to move forward and they're going to accelerate. The reason I say that is, one, because you got North Node in Aries. You were born with North Node in Aries, which means that you are going through your nodal return. And Aries is your 10th house, and it's intercepted in your 10th house, fully engulfed, contained within the 10th house of career, life path, mission, purpose. I mean, hello. You have Mercury in your natal in Aries, Jupiter right next to your North Node in Aries, the Moon in Aries, and Venus in Aries. Guess what? The two benefics, Jupiter and Venus. Venus also has to do with money, and Jupiter is going to magnify that abundance with you stepping into your purpose in your career and life path. And Mercury gives you the ability to like express your truth. So like your truth is very fiery. Yes, like 100%. And that's like, it's right there. Like the train. So with the nodes, the train is starting to slowly like chaka, 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 chaka. And then eventually, as you go, chaka, 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 chaka.
Oh my gosh. Swear. So much fire.
Okay. So that is what I'm feeling. It's like, you just wait, like just hold your horses. Like don't hold your horses, but you know what I mean? Like you just wait because shit's about to go down. And here's what I want to say about your progress chart. You have a crescent phase happening in your progress chart. So the moon is growing, right? You planted seeds about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. And now you have been like starting to water them and they are starting to grow. So the cool thing is that right now your progress moon is in Cancer, but it's at the very last degrees of Cancer. So this nurturing moon goddess, watery energy, mother energy is about to change into Leo. And your moon enters Leo on November 7th. You're going to feel a big shift where the focus, like now you're in all fire, you know? Well, your sun in the progress chart is in Gemini, and so air fuels fire. And it's going to be a sextile. Moon will be sextiling your sun in your progress chart, which is a positive energy. It supports the growth. So what is Leo about? Leo is all about being in your heart space, loving yourself, finding what you're loyal to, finding how you want to be valued, being seen and being valued for how you are seen and how you step up into the world. And this moon, as the North Node is going through those Aries gates, and I'm saying gates and I don't know why, so you better look at what gates this is going to be going through in human design, because it's going to be hitting all of your Aries stuff in gates as well, and gene keys, like just more expansive deep dive. But basically, oh, look at that. You also have, well, yeah, anyways, side note that I'm not even going to say. But anyways, I'm like vibrating right now. So the moon in Leo in your progress chart for the next 2.5 years is going to be making trines. This is your birth chart. Let's just say, you don't think this is your birth chart?
This is the progressed chart, right, Jai?
You said, hang on. Let's double check the info.
4:25:87
April 25th, 87. Yes.
and 33 p.m.
Oh, crap. I put AM. God damn it. Okay. Hang on.
That was the reading. That was the reading for your alter ego.
Okay, hang on. Damn it. Okay. It's okay. There's a reason for that. So that's part of the energy that I think this is definitely like a show of like energy that's going on. Okay. So now we're looking at the correct thing. But see how it almost didn't even change. So let's see. Let me go back a few days. What changes where Aries is at? All right. Let me go back. Okay, so your moon, this is hilarious. So your moon is in you're still going through the crescent phase, which is a growth energy. I'm glad you caught that because that's funny. So you're definitely going through a crescent phase in your chart. The seeds that you've planted are growing, and the energy of Leo and fire has already arrived and is at 3 degrees. But I think that the weighting that you're sensing with the Aries is with the Aries energy. And that still is the same. Because the North Node, you're still going through the nodal return. That's still a big deal. The difference is what I was talking about, your North Node being in your 10th house. It's actually in your 4th house of the home and family. But the truth is that what that changes is that somehow your home life, your family, like everything that represents for you is part of your mission and part of your purpose. And that's something that we have actually talked about before. So you're still stepping into purpose. You're still stepping into destiny. There is an aspect of letting go of the past and anything that has to do with past, like career stuff, past business stuff, letting go of the past of your career and how life once was, so you can truly step into purpose that is still going to bring you abundance, but because you still have Jupiter and Venus right there, it's still going to bring in that abundance and money to your home and family, which is even better because now these two things are merging together into one space, home and family. So what I see here is there is career purpose energy, life purpose energy that is more inclined to welcome you in the space of the home. You know, it's not about going out there. And this is why I think, you know, in the past, your career about being like businesswoman and out in the world and all that stuff is not the right purpose for you because your North Node is in your 4th house, not the 10th house of career. It's in the 4th house of the home. So what's actually happening here is that you are learning that your purpose, your abundance, what's going to manifest, what's going to bring more abundance into your life is actually a part of home and family in some way. And that means like you bring the career to the home. And so you work from home, basically. And maybe even that whole story of like my family and my kids and all this stuff, it's like this identity that you carry with you in your career life, in your purpose, not necessarily career, but in your purpose, in your mission. And that's what's going to bring the abundance. It's when you find the way of like melting it all together. And from my own personal perspective, I feel like you're already moving into that energy. You're already like you're in the middle of it and you're trying to understand it. So I think a lot of this has to do with letting go of the belief system of what does it mean to be abundant? What does it mean to be successful? What does it mean to win at life? All of those things are questions to ask yourself and to redefine, especially right now with Virgo season, because this is the perfect time of reflection. And Virgo is in your 10th house it's in 10th house and 9th house mostly. So it's about integration. You're doing a lot of integrating during this Virgo season. So all of that's going to help. There we go. This is the struggle.
I would like to know like, the Black Moon Lilith in Cancer in the 8th house is sticking out to me only because she said that I think I'm being asked to share publicly because I share privately very easily. And so I feel like I feel like other moms need to hear your story. And in order to share your story publicly, you have to have courage and vulnerability. And and that's going to transform you. That's going to be very transformational.
And her Black Moon Lilith is conjunct the vertex, which is karmic. It's a karmic point. So it's part of your karmic healing to do that. part of what will transform you?
I'm right there with you, Ariel. Oh, I had to change my whole mindset about what abundance was too when I was very masculine. Let's go out, work 9 to 5, and just try to do everything with the kids and all of that. And it was I had to have a lot of courage to be vulnerable to anyone.
Yeah. And next year, I've been looking at the astrology of next year, and there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in Gemini. So specifically on, well, Pleiades, the darkness, the portal of darkness to light, and Aldebaran and Orion energies. And you have your progressed sun, literally like on Aldebaran. It's 1 degree away, but it's right there. You have Chiron. You were born with Chiron in Gemini. You have Mars in Gemini in your chart. And all of those points are going to get hit in 2024. And they're all in the house of relationships. So there's going to be a lot of powerful illumination, healing, and understanding, like the higher perspective, like all the way up to like how God views it. Because Archangel Michael is Aldebaran, and he's like the one closest to God. Like he sits by God's side. So it's about like lifting your perspective, like way up beyond what you could have ever imagined for yourself. So next year, I feel like there's going to be a lot of shifts and a lot of changes for you, especially because you're going to be going through your nodal return. And if you hang in there and just keep, being in the moment, you're meant to like be in the moment always. It'll come to you. Like the answers will come to you. The key will show up. And that's what I'm feeling. So there you go. All right.
I hope that was helpful, dear.
Yes. Hope that was helpful and insightful. Okay. So next we have Rebecca.
And Maria is here.
You are here, Maria? If Maria is here, Maria is before Rebecca. But if you have your question ready, go ahead and put it up. Ooh, Rebecca had her question ready. Should we just do Rebecca and then Maria?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Maria was here, but I haven't seen her.
Okay. All right. So Rebecca and then Maria, you're next if you're listening. So make sure to have your question ready. And then Maria will be the last one because these dogs are getting antsy. Okay. So here we go. Do you want to read Rebecca's question?
I will. She said, not sure what I want or what question I really have. Human design chart question. You choose. In general, I always question my life purpose and path, second guessing myself, living in fear, especially change.
Let's look at her human design. I'm feeling that. So I'm going to need your info because I don't have you saved in here. Okay, and I'm going to transition over here as we wait for the information.
Maria says she's here, but she's driving.
Okay. All good. I'm feeling this question. Are you feeling this question?
Yes.
I'm feeling this question. and I'm really wanting to see her chart now. Okay, here we go. So it is the 28th, 1985. 11:42 p.m. What's that in military time?
23.
23?
23 point. Yep.
Okay. And the city, San Diego. Okay, is it correct? Okay, March 28, 85, 23:42 p.m. All right, here we go. Okay. This is it. 6'2", emotional projector. I'm going to give myself a minute here. So I see this like really like nice balance between the upper centers and the lower centers. It's the first thing that I notice. And the space in between is what's undefined, which I think to me is very insightful. I'm going to start with what's undefined, because what we try to do in life is define the things that don't need definition. That's what human design says, right? So you've got undefined G center, undefined sacral, and undefined ego or heart center. So in regards to your question, you're always questioning your life purpose and path, second guessing yourself, and living in fear, especially of change. So with an undefined G center, there is no defined you. I know that sounds crazy, but the truth is that you are like a chameleon. You can be everything and nothing all at once. So trying to define who you are is not going to work, because you'll find one thing that you really like, or one thing that you feel connected to, or you'll be hanging out with people that make you feel good. And it's because you're feeling their defined G center. And so when you're close to people that make you feel like, oh, I know who I am, like this is my crowd or whatever, you feel like you know who you are. But then when you step away, all of that goes away and you're back to like, who am I? So I have an undefined G center. So I have insight, and I can't remember if you do, Raven, or not.
No, mine is defined.
Okay. So I have insight into how this feels. My whole life, just like you, I tried to find ways to define who I was and know who I was. And so I was on a spiritual search, like the hero's journey. And all the way full circle, what I find myself in now is that I don't have to know who I am exactly, and that I flow between energies. And then my gift is to like channel. I really do have that gift of channeling. And that's why I have so much openness in my chart. So there's no need to define who you are. Here's the other thing that there's no need to do. There's no need to prove yourself. You don't have a defined ego. You don't have a defined heart. And what that means, it has to do with willpower. So when you feel like you need to prove yourself, that's where you're off your design. You're trying to define yourself, and you're trying to prove to yourself or to others that you are somebody. You know what I mean? That you matter or whatever. You're trying to prove something to yourself, and that's like the opposite of what you came here to do. You didn't come here to prove anything. So the more that you can relax into that, the more that the magic of your design will start to like activate the things that are actually for you. But it's the push to try to define yourself and to try to prove to yourself that you are somebody, that you know who you are, that is taking you completely away from who you actually are. And the last undefined center is the sacral, which is about energy. And that's where you're going way off the map, is try to prove yourself and your self-worth. That is not what you came here to do. So the undefined sacral also will cause you to judge yourself because you don't have the energy that everybody else has to do all the things that everybody else does. And so you're like, you don't have that energy. You need to like relax and live your life in a way. You're a projector. You need to live your life in your own terms. You need to rest. You need to like flow. You need to not try to prove yourself. You need to not try to like do all these things, because none of that is who you are. And the more that you try to prove yourself, define yourself, and do it all, just like everybody else can do it all, the less you are actually who you truly are. I want to point something out though, because there's 2 gates here that you have activated, the 3rd and the 52nd. And these 2 gates form part of the formatting channels, which do define you at a more fundamental level. The 3rd gate is the gate of mutation, and it's individual circuitry. It means that what you will go through are periods of like nothing is happening. It feels like we're not moving forward at all. And melancholy will set in, and depression will set in. And believe it or not, when you feel like you're at the point of giving up is when you actually feel that mutation occur. So you can't be afraid of the melancholy. You can't be afraid of those periods of depression. They are a natural part of you. And the best thing that you can do is to stop feeling like something's wrong with you because you go through those periods. It's a fundamental part of who you are. What's the magic is that you have the power of mutation and transformation and like really truly creating beautiful things in the world. But though you can't get rid of that aspect of you. And then the 52nd is another formatting channel that has the logical energy. And so you're trying to make sense of it, everything logically. And so what's good for you are understanding systems, putting things together. 1 and 1 equals 2. You got to understand that you are a very logical person and things need to make logical sense to you. And that's another aspect of you that you have to just be okay with in general. So I'm going to shut up and kind of let you talk about what you see, Raven. But that's what really drew my attention.
I'm seeing some, let me see the whole chart again, Jai, zoom out.
Yeah.
It looks like this mirroring. There's a mirroring effect. And you said she was a projector and that she doesn't have a sense of identity, which means the more that she relaxes into the flow, it actually teaches other people that they don't have to wear a mask. Like they don't have to be someone that they're not. And it's really important for us to like have these kind of people project that on us, because everyone is running around trying to prove themselves. And I'm also hearing that when you get into these states of melancholy, it's for a reason. And it is something that you can channel. You can channel write, like in a journal, or whatever creative outlets that you have. And I also believe that when you relax and not have to do it all, then it also gives others a chance to help you. If you're already doing it all, they don't have a chance to help you. And then also I'm hearing like super people pleasing. Like no more. You are supposed to you're supposed to sit back and let people please you, is what I'm hearing. And yeah, but mostly I'm hearing like, I feel like you are trying to prove you're a good mom, and you are. We know that. You are. And a lot of moms, they really do doubt themselves because we're not perfect. Some do. I did. And we just got to get rid of that. Sometimes the house is going to be messy and the kids are going to be hungry, and that is just life.
I love that you can bring in that perspective. Raven, you have no idea. I'm really grateful about that.
It's a journey. It's been a learning journey. And every day I'm still learning, and they're learning too. Like right now, it's killing them to be quiet. And that they need to learn that. It's part of growing up and being respectful.
Sat Nam. Okay, I'm going to add a couple more things, and then Maria, make sure you have your question ready. Maria's going to be our last one, and we're definitely going to do this again. So be patient, and you'll know. Come join us in the global community to know when we're going to be having these events again. Subscribe to the channel to know when we're going to go live again. Okay, here's two more things I want to say to you, Rebecca. You have two channels down here that are designed, so they're in red, which means that these are parts of you that are so automatic, so ingrained in your DNA that you don't even know that they're there, but they're there. And probably people around you notice them more than you do. But at this point, I feel like you probably notice them a lot. But here, I'm going to bring some awareness to these things that are technically unconscious for you, because you need to recognize that these are part of your gifts. And you may feel like they're not. You may feel like they're curses because they're kind of two intense channels. The first one is the 3955, which is called the channel of emoting. The 55 is the gate of provocation, and the 39 is the gate of provocation, and the 55 is the gate of the spirit. So what is this channel about? Provoking the spirit of the self. The reason it's called the channel of emoting is because you have an emotional abundance of energy. That this is what makes you an emotional projector. This specific channel. You have an abundance of emotional energy that goes up and it goes down, and there's this constant provoking emotions out of you. The secret to your life is to learn to appreciate the lows as much as you love the highs. When you can let go of wanting to control love, only then will you experience the freedom that you seek. It's a big one. The other one, the 2838. I have half of this channel defined, but you have it fully defined. The channel of struggle. Okay. A design of stubbornness. The 38th gate, the gate of the fighter. The 28th gate, the gate of the game player. Your life is an archetypal hero's journey against overwhelming odds. So that means you got to just chill out and ride that train. The goal is to remain yourself and go your own way, no matter what anyone else thinks or says. So you have to stop trying to do things that other people want you to do and trying to do things the way that other people want you to do them, and be yourself via doing things your own way, going your own way, no matter what anyone else thinks or says. Those two things are huge, and they're both individual circuitry, and you have a lot of individual circuitry in your chart, which means that what I was talking about, that like you have a lot of creative potential. But if you're filling up your time trying to prove yourself to other people, that creative potential will never be expressed. So it's time to make some changes to what's going on in the mind. Time to let go of some belief systems. Time to let go of some limiting beliefs so that you can open up and make a little bit of space for the real you to take the wheel. That's what I got.
That's so beautiful.
Boom.
I love that.
Yeah.
Human design. Blow your mind.
And Giant Raven.
Blow your mind.
It is what it is because we're here. So, Maria is our last reading. So go ahead and put up your question, Maria. And thank you everyone for being here. And I see some of you guys are getting excited. So we have a list going and the readings are $25. We have actually reached the end of our list, but we will definitely be coming live again at some other time in the near future. So you can get on the list for next time. I will write it down. I will hold your spot. And yeah, you don't want to miss these readings. These are going to be fucking epic. You're welcome, Rebecca. Satnam. Man, this is feeling really good.
It's so awesome.
Yes.
Like, I'm actually trying to resist yawning. Maybe it's just an energetic thing, but it's so, I love this work. It's just so beautiful. It's not even work.
Right.
Yeah. And that's how it's supposed to feel. That's that 22 purpose, like all natural. And we all need to step in our natural, authentic, unmasked self. And it teaches people, other people, so much. That's why we're all so different. Mm-hmm. I need Rebecca to chill so I can chill. If I see her chilling, I'm going to chill too.
Right? Okay, here's Maria's question. How can I best use the energy of this new season? Because Leo season and Uranus placement really wore me down. Not sure what type of reading is best. What are you feeling? I'm feeling tarot. Or maybe, how about we do both and I'll look at her astrology?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Sounds good. So I'm going to pull up her chart. You can pull some cards. And that's how we going to do it. Do it, do it, do it. Okay, here we go. 4/24/65. Time 10:30 a.m.
Okay, right away.
Go.
I didn't even pick a card. One just jumped out. And it is number 51, milk and honey. Okay. This is about abundance. I mean, you got the cup just filling over. It's just, I'm thinking of the consistency of like when you take the honey and you warm up the milk and it's like a process. And then you sit down and enjoy it. And it's this whole meditative process. And I know you're a Taurus. And so this grounding energy, like I'm okay because I can sit here and enjoy this cup of warm milk that I know it's going to make me feel good. And stepping into that, just calming down. And there's an elephant and a rainbow in the picture. And the little baby elephant is just, it's speaking to my inner child. It's very playful. That one just popped out. I'll do one more. Treasure Island, number 9, which is the Hermit. Treasure Island with the turtle and the treasure on his back. He's carrying it somewhere and he's making sure it doesn't fall. It doesn't get wet. He's just flowing. The waters are nice and calm. Maybe he picked it up out of a shipwreck or something. and he's going to his retreat. Okay, there's lots of hearts and starfish all over this one. Four of Wands, which is celebration, sisterhood, fire, dancing, living carefree. And there's like a tent in the background, which is also making me think of like a retreat or camping. And her hair is braided, which makes me think of relaxing. One more. The wheel.
Ooh.
I feel like there's some karma in there though, because you've heard this message from spirit so many times and you don't fully believe it. You don't fully you're not relaxing into something. What was her question? Best use the energy.
For this season.
Yes. Yeah, it really had me wore down. So I'm seeing here, if you don't find some way to be completely chill, it's going to come back and get you. And I'm seeing astrology on this wheel too. And I'm hearing you need to dive more into yourself. Learn about yourself. Yes.
There you go. And perfect transition into actually looking at her chart. So I got 3 wheels going here, natal, progressed, and transits. So first thing I'll say about Virgo season is that Virgo season started with Mercury retrograde in Virgo. And we're already going through this Venus retrograde in Leo, which for you, it's happening in your first house. So the change and the shift that you're going through right now is in yourself. So everything that Raven was just saying about you need to, what were you saying? You like, it's focusing on yourself.
You need to rest and play like fully, not just a little bit here and a little bit there, like fully. Everything is sacred is what I'm hearing. Everything.
I love that. So this Venus retrograde is teaching you how to let go of your old self and step into your new self. And it's exhausting because it's in the first house of the self. So having to do all this work on yourself is definitely exhausting. But now we've moved into Virgo season with Mercury retrograde, which is going to help us slow everything down. So naturally, you can slow down. And the way that the universe is asking you personally to slow down is Virgo is in your 2nd and 3rd house. So the 2nd house is the house of finances and values. The 3rd house is the house of communication and expressing yourself, expressing your truth. So what you need to focus on is waiting to speak, first of all, like processing things. The retrograde of Mercury is an internal reflective period, very much like the Hermit. Did you say the Hermit earlier?
I did.
Yeah.
She got the number 9 card.
Yeah. So it's very much Hermit energy naturally, right? But for you, it's about making sure that you find that quiet space within yourself before you share, before you speak, before you express yourself. And so that when you do express yourself, you know exactly what's coming out, you know exactly where it's coming from, and it is your authentic truth. And that's really important. So naturally, we're moving into a moment of reflection and slowing down. So the best way to use your energy is things like journaling, meditation, reevaluating what's important to you, because the 2nd house energy is really strong for you right now, and the retrograde will be happening both in the 2nd and the 3rd. So it's about finding your truth, sitting with it, reflecting, journaling, meditating, processing everything that you think and everything that you would like to say or express, and then finding the right way to express it and say it so that it comes out clear and concise, and so that it expresses also what's really important to you and all of your true values. And your values may be changing, and your values may have changed. And so this is a process of reigniting or realigning yourself with the new values. You're also about to enter your last quarter square progressed phase, last quarter square moon. And this means that you are in a moment in your life where you are letting go, working through things, but there's a process of like figuring things out. There's challenges that show up so that they can be figured out, resolved, and so that you can clear the air and clear the energy so that you can step into something more, so that you can get ready for a new cycle. That's the word right there. Your sun, your progressed sun just entered in April. Yeah, in April, your progressed sun entered into Cancer, and that's the very emotional frequency. And when the sun changes signs in your progressed chart, it's a big deal because that's a very slow moving energy in the progressed chart. So the fact that you have moved into this now sun, it's like your soul has evolved from a sun in Taurus to a sun in Cancer. That's what the progressed chart basically tells you. At a soul level, your soul is expressing Cancer energy now. So it's a new journey. It's a new beginning. And obviously it's in your 12th house. So it's a new spiritual journey of understanding your emotions, of understanding your sacred divine feminine energy, your own feminine divinity, the moon goddess in you stepping into a really beautiful spiritual flow from now on. But there are things that you have to take steps to clear what is not working in the next, let's say, like 2.5 years, right? These are long periods. You have to do a lot of like clearing and working through stuff, like sipping through the things that no longer serve, because you're, in a sense, in a bigger picture in your life, you're getting ready for a new journey. And it's going to be a while. It's going to be a few years before you get there. But the best thing to do is to work with what's flowing right now, which is the last quarter stage, which is working through challenges, but that will get you ready for the full release of anything that does not serve you in your life, so that you can truly step into a whole new, beautiful cycle. And the new cycle will occur in Cancer. So your next cycle will be a Cancer new moon in your progressed chart, and it's going to be like full like high priestess in your 12th house. Like it's going to be like lit. So I think it's beautiful, but you're going through sort of the kind of challenging, like sluggish energy. So short-term reflection, internal, looking at everything, journaling, going within, and long-term, start to release that which does not serve you. Start to work out through the issues in your life that are challenging you, that need to be resolved. You cannot avoid those things because they are exactly the gateway to the next phase that's coming. So that's what I got. There we go. All right. Anything else you want to say?
And I think you covered most of it. The South Node in Sag, that is her big lesson about going inward. And then it was funny how she said, how can I best use the energy of this new season? And that's exactly what we said. You're going to be chilling. and going within and
Mm-hmm.
clearing your mind and asking all these like amazing hermit questions that and I'm also like a side note is I'm also hearing go take a walk with your dad if you can. Like go on walks with your dad.
Love that.
Of course, I know Maria personally. We love you so much.
Yes. All right, you guys. Well, that concludes our evening. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us, for getting a reading tonight. And we'll be doing this again very soon. Come join us in the global community. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, download the free moon guide, and get on our email list, and come hang out with us this weekend at the Virgo season sound bath. That's going to be the perfect event for you, Maria. So if you can make it, definitely come. It's Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. And there's so much more coming up. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Raven. That was just freaking magical and powerful. And I absolutely had an amazing time working with you, doing readings together. I can see us doing this many more times again.
Sure. Just definitely let me know. I'm here for it.
I love it. And if you guys want to join Jason and I in our tarot masterclass, come have some fun, dive into the tarot. It's more than just learning tarot, because I'm bringing in the astrology. I'm bringing in the ancient Atlantean symbols like Hermetic alchemy. I mean, it is going to be amazing to dive into the tarot in the way that we're going to do it. So I hope you join us. All the links are below. And yes, have a beautiful evening, everyone. Sat Nam. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye.